Hey everybody, Yankee here. One thing Glock has always talked about is perfection. They make the perfect gun, which we all know has not even been close to true. But I think they finally might have done it. They might have made the perfect Glock. And I mean the perfect Glock, not the perfect gun, because, it's as perfect as a Glock can be while still being a Glock, with the limitations that come with it. So the gun I'm talking about might surprise some people. It is the Glock 20 Gen 5 MOS. Now, the reason this might surprise some people is I have been well known for saying I don't like full-size Glocks. I hate the way they feel. I hate the way they point. I always prefer like the 19s, the 23s. In fact, the Glock that's been my favorite has always been the 23. So to see me like a full-size Glock must mean they've built a really good one. And in this case, they have. I was at Sporting Systems this week and I was comparing the Glock 20 Gen 5 MOS, that's quite a name there, to the new 10 millimeter M&P, and they just don't compare. The M&P is just not great. The trigger is actually, I hate to say this, better on the Glock. Now, I will say the M&P does have a better grip. It feels better in the hand. But the Glock feels much better than any other full-size Glock I've ever held. They've kind of slimmed the grip down a little bit. They've taken away the finger grooves, and it really makes a big difference. When you add that to the fact that this is a 15 plus 1 round 10 millimeter pistol that is cut for a red dot, and you can get sights for it anywhere, compressor height sights, because it's a Glock, you've got a really great gun. Like I said, I went over this thing at Sporting Systems the other day. I saw it at SHOT Show. I liked it there. But this is the first time I've been tempted by a Glock. This would be like the perfect vehicle gun. If you're building a battle belt or something, this would be a great gun for that. I can't think of very many that would be better. It's polymer, so it's not something you're going to worry about protecting. It's a Glock, so it's not anything you're going to worry about. Ooh, I might make it ugly if I get it worn a little bit. So it might be, like I said, the perfect gun for putting in the car for emergencies or truck for emergencies, or if you're building a battle belt and you want a gun specifically for that in case you ever have to grab it and run, with your first aid kit and everything else in your gun. It's just really good. I can't really get over how good it is. Like I said, the trigger on it is actually fairly nice for a Glock. When I compared it to the M&P trigger was really creepy and cranky and, made a lot of like clicks and crunches, and had like no resistance and then break, whereas the Glock one was just nice smooth resistance and then a break. Now the break was still a little tinny like most Glock triggers are, but I don't think we're going to get away from that. But as far as Glocks go, this is probably one of the best Glocks I've ever held in my hand. It's one of the ones that I like more than any other Glock I think I've liked, and that includes you-know-who. So great pistol they got going for them here. I also like those front serrations. They added the front serrations, and it really does add something to the Glock aesthetically. And practically, it gives you a better grip on the front of the gun if you're going to do a press check, if you're someone who likes to do a lot of those. And we know those of you that are out there that do that. We know some of you do. You know who you are. You love those press checks. So if you like those, you're going to love those front serrations. And plus, I think they add a little bit just aesthetically, like I said, because it makes the gun look a little less plain. I've always liked the austere looks of the Glock. I've always thought they were attractive in a minimalist way. But this actually adds a little something to them without making them look, gaudy like the Smith & Wesson M&Ps do. The way they cut things on those and all the textures and lines and stuff, they look like they're made up like a $2 whore compared to the Glock. The Glock looks tasteful and plain. Tastefully plain, I guess would be a way to say it. And like I said, it's a powerhouse. 16 rounds of 10 millimeter in a light, easy to carry package. So it's really hard to beat. I mean, I don't know if there's a lot of 10 millimeters out there that would beat it. I know that Springfield makes one, and Smith & Wesson makes the one that I compared it to, etc. There's other 10 millimeter polymer guns out there. But I think if you're looking for a basic 10 millimeter gun for a car or a battle belt or whatever, it's going to be hard to beat the Glock 20 Gen 5. Like I say, I've never cared for the previous generations. Always went with the G29, which I never really liked because it was just a little too small for what it was doing. This one really makes the difference up. It is better than the G29 and the G20, or the previous G20s. So like I said, I just can't gush enough about this, and that's odd that I gush about a Glock. But after seeing it at SHOT Show, holding it and playing with it in person some, I am really sold on this gun. I am very tempted to buy one myself. That would be something if I actually bought a polymer gun. But like I said, if you're looking for something like that and you don't mind buying polymer guns, then the Glock Gen 5 20 MOS, or it should be Glock 20 Gen 5 MOS, is a gun you should definitely look at. Hey everyone, Yankee here. In my videos, we often cover some complicated subjects with a lot of gray area. So if you would like to further discuss anything said in my videos, please join us in one of my live chats. Live chats are held most days at 6 p.m. Pacific time, except for Monday and Wednesday when they are at 5 p.m. Pacific. There is a clickable link to the live chats in the upper right-hand corner of this video. If you disagree with anything I've said in a video, feel free to participate in Spank the Yank. You can come on the live discussion panel and let me know face to face how I was wrong.